We're at Heatwave and it's time for some mixed tag team action, as it's time for Chelsea Green and Ethan Page to battle against the American squad, Tavion Heights and Tyra May Steele. But of course, Alba Fire and Piper Niven are at ringside to stack the deck against the Americans, though Ren Sinclair comes to her friend's aid, fending off Piper Niven with a steel chair. All the while, Kendall Gray jumps Alba Fire and brawls with her to the back. As now, this fair mixed tag team match is on, and Chelsea Green is not wanting anything to do with Tyra May Steele, as she immediately tags out to Ethan Page. But Tyra doesn't back down, and Ethan is astonished at this, though he decides to actually try to strike Tyra, which goes horribly wrong, as Steele counters and proceeds to take Ethan Page to a variation of Suplex City. And once she's eventually done with all ego, she puts Page into the corner and tags in Tavion Heights, who just smacks the champ in the gut before belly to bellying him whilst never leaving his feet. And Chelsea Green actually enters the ring to talk trash to Tavion, and it even includes a slap to the face before she of course runs away, allowing Ethan Page to attempt to roll up Tavion, which doesn't work. And as both men get up, Page charges at Heights, who attempts another belly to belly, though All Ego manages to get out of it as he rebounds off the ropes, only to be met by the exact same belly to belly suplex, which this time connects. And from here, the American shows the Canadian his technical dominance, and once he's done with that, he goes to show his pure raw strength, deadlifting Page until finally releasing him with a gut-wrench suplex. Then he attempts to mount the champ, though Page reverses the pressure and forearms him twice. Yet Tavion pushes him all the way out of the ring, and then Tyra goes to grab him, and she does, before throwing him back into the lion's den, as Tavion just mounts over him and clobbers him right in the face not once, but twice, and it damn sure wasn't nice. As once he's done, he goes back to manhandling Ethan Page, which he does in pairs once again. Then he just Death Valley drivers the champ as he attempts to get the win, yet at the last possible millisecond, Chelsea Green breaks up the pin. And this makes Tavion irate as he goes up to her, which gives Ethan Page enough time to recover as he bulldogs Tavion down and then tags in Chelsea Green, who just stomps him over and over and over again. And once she's eventually done, she tries to grab him, though he pushes her back and tags in Tyra May Steele, who runs into a slap by Green, which only fires her up as she delivers a knockout shot alongside hitting a high angle exploder suplex, dropping the leader of the Green regime right on her neck. And she goes into the cover, even though Chelsea kicks out. Then she just suplexes Miss Green a total of 3 times, back to back to back. And Chelsea tries to use the ropes as leverage, which only leads to her getting kneed in the gut twice and her receiving a Russian leg sweep for her troubles. And she wisely rolls to the outside, which allows Ethan Page to sneak up on Tyra May Steele and drop her with an ego's edge. It's unbelievable, it's absolutely disgusting, and Tavion agrees, as he and Page do battle on the outside. All the while, back in the ring, Chelsea gets on top of the match, hanging Tyra onto the ropes and then securing her as well. And with an elbow drop, she goes for a jumping leg lariat, though Tyra manages to catch her into a powerbomb position, yet Chelsea fights out of it, as she manages to stun Tyra and connect the unpretty her. But as she goes into the cover, it's now Tavion Heights who breaks up the pin. No one cares whose gender is who anymore, they just want to fight, which we see when Ethan Page looks for a kick on Tyra, which is nowhere to be found, as she deadlift back suplexes the much bigger ego. Then she gets caught off guard by a surprise roll-up, which nearly gets Ethan Page the win, although this doesn't work, as after the two barge into one another with neither falling, Tyra then flattens Ethan with a spine buster. And from here, she tags back in Tavion Heights as she aids him in slamming Page into the canvas. Then he just hits a series of strikes, along with full-outlining Page, as he delivers a third belly-to-belly suplex right onto the champ's neck just like Green. He's on a roll, which continues when he connects yet another slam, and then another, before he looks for another Death Valley driver, though Page weasels his way out of it and hits an inverted DDT. Yet Tavion kicks back, although his offense gets cut off immediately with a simple back suplex and elbow to the side of the skull. Then the tag is made to Chelsea Green, with the two doing a double shoulder tackle of all things. And from here, Chelsea just lays into Tavion with strikes over and over again, even though he won't fall. But eventually, that's exactly what he does. And that's all Chelsea does, as she tags back out to Ethan Page, and this time, she actually assists All Ego in connecting a flying shoulder tackle off the top rope. And he just pounds Tavion with punches, and eventually, a little stomp too. Though then Tavion gets deadlifted up and snatched into a power slam, but as Page goes into the cover, Tyra almost immediately breaks it up. Yet he doesn't focus on her, he instead fixates on battering Heights. Yet no matter what gets thrown at him, he just won't stay down. Although he's most certainly not thriving, as he's being decimated by All Ego. However, as Page goes for a suplex, Heights is able to just slip out of it as he grabs him and brings him all around the world with one singular German suplex. And with a Death Valley driver from one side of the ring to the other, the tags are just about made. And Chelsea is being absolutely destroyed by Tyra, with especially German suplexes, as after 3 of them, she does one more thing before tagging out a pounce. And with that, she tags in Tavion Heights and subsequently takes out Ethan Page to the outside, as Tavion ascends to the heavens and we see something unforgettable, as Tavion Heights shooting star presses Chelsea Green to pick up the win for his team. And on top of that, America wins. But can Tavion translate this into a North American title match and go one step further and become champion? Well, we're just gonna have to wait and see. As if you like this story, I think this might interest you.